channel once again. You're watching Aman on Taur Beauty. I wanted to create something very nice and autumn inspired. So seeing as it's already September and it has already started to rain here in England, I was just feeling very inspired to kind of create that lovely autumn, and I can just think of all the kind of leaves falling and the trees shredding, and I just kind of had that kind of vision, and I wanted to create something very autumn inspired. So as you guys can also see from the background, I put up some lights. I wanted to start getting inspired, and you know, it's going to be that time soon. It's going to start getting dark quick, and just that kind of festivity. I cannot believe I just said that. Obviously, it's not Christmas just yet, but it just feels like, you know, that time, the September, Octobers and the Decembers are just slowly approaching. So I was just feeling, you know, right into that look and inspired by all of those things. So I created this look here. So last year around all of this time, I was actually pregnant, and I don't know whether you would say I had kind of the pregnancy glow. A lot of people said I did, but I was just always feeling glam, always wanted to do my makeup and always look good. I just wanted pregnancy to be the best of me and not to be the worst of me. So I always glammed up and tried to always look good. So obviously last year, being pregnant throughout this entire time, I don't know, super excited this year for all of the September, October, November, December, January kind of period. So even though I was heavily pregnant across the first 4 months of 2017, I still feel more excited for kind of the fall and winter part of the year, and not really for the first 4 months. So feeling all excited and feeling glam, I just want to create lots and lots of looks for you guys. So I really hope you guys are liking what you guys are seeing in this video. And if you are, don't forget to give me a big fat thumbs up, and also if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, then please do join the Taur Beauty family and hit the subscribe button down below. And also, if you guys want to see more from me and be updated on every single video I upload to my channel, then please do click the notification bell as well. And also, if you guys aren't following me on any of my social medias, then I will link them down below, and I do post daily on both of my Instagram and Snapchat. So that is a way of you guys kind of connecting and seeing what I get up to on a day-to-day basis. But that is it, and if you guys want to see how I created this look, then carry on into the video. Bye guys! Okay guys, so first off, I'm taking the Revolution primer and I'm just applying this onto my cheeks first, where I really need to cover up my pores. And this is a super mattifying primer, and it works really well underneath your foundation and it really covers up all of those bumps and smoothes your skin all over. I also used this bubblegum lip scrub from Lush. This just really works well to get rid of all the dryness from your lips and preps them. And then I am using the Fit Me foundation from Maybelline, and I'm just going to apply this all over my face. Now, you guys know I absolutely love having a full coverage foundation, so I always apply a lot of foundation onto my face. Also, if you guys can see, I have already done my eyebrows. I did this off cam and just did this whilst the battery was charging for my camera. So I'm just going ahead and applying all of this foundation onto my face, and then just using a damp beauty blender, I blended out all of the foundation. And I have absolutely really been loving this foundation recently, so I bought this for my back to school makeup challenge, and since then I have just been using this non-stop and kind of made this my everyday new foundation, because I just, like I said, absolutely love the coverage and love using this foundation. And then I am taking these two Naked palettes by Urban Decay. So one is the Naked Basics palette and one is the Naked Smokey palette. So firstly, I am taking the colour Naked 2 from the Basics palette, and I'm just applying this as a transition into the crease of my eye. So once I started applying this, I realised that this was a bit too light as a transition colour, but I still carried on and applied this in my crease because I was going to pack on a darker color after this, so I thought I would just leave this in. So I just kind of slowly went in, patted this into my crease and slowly packed on a little bit more. And then I went in with the color Whiskey from the Smokey palette, and I'm applying this into the crease of my eye with this pointy brush. And I'm again taking my time, so applying some into my crease. I then blended it out and packed some more on until I was happy with the depth and the color of the crease. And then like I said, when I finished and I started blending towards the inner and also the outer corner of my eye, leaving the middle of my eye plain and simple, trying not to get any color in the middle, as I am going to go in and apply another color into the middle of my eye. So I go back into the Basics palette and I pick the color Venus, and I'm going to start packing this onto the center of my eye. And as you guys can see, it already pops out and the center of my eye really sticks out. And then I went in and blended all of this out just to make sure that all of my shadows were blended in and blending into each other and not basically looking different. So I blended all of this out, and then I went back into my Smokey palette and got the color Dirty Sweet and applied this on top of the color Venus to really kind of pop out my eyes, because I felt like I wanted some sort of shimmer on my eyes and just really kind of glam up my eyeshadow. And then I left that as it was for my shadow. I thought I wasn't going to do anything more and just leave it at that. So I'm just tightlining my eyes and just making sure my top waterline has got all of the eyeliner in so it blends in with my lashes. And then I went ahead and applied Lust from Allure's Most Wanted. And then I am going in with the Fit Me concealer from Maybelline, and as you guys can see, I'm dragging that concealer right up there to kind of define my eyeshadow even more. You guys have noticed me do this in quite a few of my videos. It just really helps me to define my shadow a little bit more. And then I'm using these contour sticks from Smashbox. So I'm just using this to contour my cheeks. And then I went ahead and blended this out. Sometimes I kind of felt like the sleek cream contour can get a little bit drying, but today I actually thought the Smashbox cream contour was also quite dry, so I had to spray this with my Smashbox primer water just to kind of make it a little bit more creamier. And then I also went in and applied some to the bottom of my chin as well. And then I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and just blend out the rest of my contour and my highlights. So at any point, if you guys think I am going too fast, I will list down all the products which I have used for this video down below in the description box, so you guys can always have a look in there as well, just so you guys have an idea of the products which I used, and if you guys want to make any reference to the colors or shades I used as well. And then I couldn't find my Rimmel transparent powder, so I had to go in with my NYX HD powder. And I actually forgot how bright this was and how kind of white this ends up looking on your face. So I did apply this on because I do like baking and I wanted to have some sort of powder after my concealer. But after I apply this onto my under eyes, I do brush this away straight away, but as you guys can see, it still leaves those kind of white patches. So if you are going out on a night out and you do kind of use this, I would go over this with the beauty blender just to get rid of all of those kind of white patches, because these will show up in flash photography. So this is what I did with my beauty blender right now. And then I'm going to use the same pointy brush and apply the color Whiskey to my lower lash line so that my bottom and top lashes kind of just blend in together and my eyes just look a little bit more glam. And then I went out and blended all of that out. And then I also went in with the color Dirty Sweet and applied that on top of the color Whiskey in my bottom lash line, just so it gives that extra pop and my eyes do look those super glam. And then I never really ever talk about the NYX contour palette because I never really use powders to kind of contour, but I'm going to be using the palette here, and I'm going to be using the lightest bronze color and just applying this on top of the areas which I contoured, so just underneath my cheeks. I also apply some onto my forehead and some onto the bottom of my chin as well. And like I said to you guys, I just don't do enough justice with this palette, so I am hoping that I can use this palette a little bit more. And like I said, I don't often use a lot of powders to kind of contour. I always stick to creams and then powders. So I will maybe try and venture out a little bit more and start using this palette a little bit more as well. And then I also went in with my beauty blender and just blended all of that out. And then I went in with the yellowish colour from the same palette and applied that just underneath my eyes, just because I felt like my eyes were way too bright with the white powder. So I wanted to kind of give my under eyes that little bit more of a yellow base, and I didn't want any of this to kind of flash back in any of the lighting. So I applied this just underneath my eyes. And then I went in with the darkest contour color and just contoured my nose. I wanted my nose to look so super sharp, and I went in and contoured it, and then with my beauty blender I went in and blended all of that out. And then using the same yellow powder, I am just going to apply this just below my contoured areas. I do like to define my contour and really make it look really sharp, so I'm just going to apply this underneath and just give it a little bit more definition. And then I went in and applied this cupcake blush to my cheeks. Now, I actually didn't realize, but I wasn't going to blush my cheeks this much, so I did apply this onto my cheeks, and then I went in with my beauty blender and kind of just blended all of this out because I didn't want it to be too much. And then I didn't actually apply any mascara to my lashes beforehand, so I'm just going to apply some onto my lashes now so that they look nice and blended in. And then I went in with this iconic London Illuminator highlight and just applied this onto the highs of my cheeks. So I really have been loving this, underneath my foundation and also as a highlight. And then I went in with my beauty blender and blended all of this out. So I used to actually use a brush, so I think next time I will stick to a blush because I kind of feel like this lightened my highlight. But nevertheless, I still went in and blended all of this out. And then I went in with my Huda Beauty 3D highlight palette in the Golden Sands edition. For once, I actually remember the right name. So I went in with the color Tahiti first, and then I found that this was quite light. So I then went on top with the color Seychelles, my complementary color. So I went in with that to give myself that really highlighted glowy look, because I'm all about that highlight life and I absolutely love the highlight to be popping. And then I went in with a small brush and just applied this right to the tip of my nose. So I'm using the same Seychelles color. And then I also applied them to the ridge of my nose as well, just to give my nose that lovely kind of highlighted look as well and really pop out all of that contouring. And then I'm also going to apply some of that highlight on my Cupid's bow, just because I like to have that area looking nice and highlighted as well. And then I am also going to go in with the colour Oak from MAC. This is one of my favourite kind of nude lip liners. I tend to use this more around fall and winter time because I find like this is a darker kind of nude for me for the spring summer times. So I always kind of go back to this during the fall and winter time. So I'm just going to apply this to my lips and line them. And then once I have lined the outer parts of my lips, I am going to go in and colour in the rest of my lips with the same liner. And if you guys ever notice, I like to overline my lips, especially when it comes to nudes. I just feel like overlining with nudes is so easy and it makes your lips look a bit fuller and really makes them pop out. And then on top I applied one of NYX's liquid lipsticks in the Suede edition, and this is in the colour Sandstorm, and just applied this all over my lips, and this dries matte, which I absolutely love. And then I went ahead and did my hair off cam and just put on this lovely polo top. And then I am going to apply a little bit more highlight, and this is in the Revolution highlight. And I'm just going to apply this onto the highs of my cheeks just to really pop out all of that highlight. Then last but not least, I am just going to apply my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray and just set in all of that makeup. And then this is the finished look, and this is my fall get ready with me. If you guys liked this video, don't forget to hit the big thumbs up, and if you guys haven't already, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. And hopefully I will see every single one of you in my next video. Bye guys!